Hello, Johnson School Admissions Committee. Thank you for taking the time to review my application and learning more about my candidacy. When asked if I were to write a book about my life, what would the table of contents be? I began to think of chapters, but I quickly realized that every book needs a title. My book would be entitled, Always Moving, Never Settling. I hope this title becomes clear from the chapters. I also realize that every biography needs a foreword. Sweat equity is the most valuable equity there is. Know your business and industry better than anyone else in the world. Love what you do or don't do it. Mark Cuban. I believe this quote truly reflects how I approach professional and personal aspects of life. Furthermore, I idolize Mark Cuban. Why Mark Cuban, you may ask? I see a lot of his attributes in myself. He's driven and to the point. He's diversified into many ventures, and most importantly, he enjoys his successes. Maybe someday I'll know him well enough that he could write the foreword to my biography. Chapter 1. Basics of Business from an Early Age. I had a strong work ethic from an early age. I got my first paper out when I was 11 years old. I learned the basics of customer service as my earnings were driven almost entirely of tips. On my 14th birthday, which is the legal working age in New Jersey, I went to my local grocery store and applied to work. I started as a bagger, and within 2 years I was working the customer service desk and assisting in the cash room, which reconciled $1 million of revenue a week. I also started my first solo business venture by cutting lawns for my neighbors. To start my business, I flyered homes and learned marketing and referrals were keys to growing. Chapter 2. Learn from your failures and relish your successes. The college years. After high school, I attended Rutgers University. Rutgers holds a special place in my heart. I had a great experience, but it came with growing pains. My freshman year was tough as I lacked maturity. I focused on aspects other than school. I tried to launch an online car parts business with my childhood friend. We filed all the paperwork with the state, and when it came time to finding a parts supplier, we lacked the space and capital to launch. I learned that I needed to have an organized business plan for any venture going forward. At the same time, I was working a few nights during the week as a valet for a local restaurant. This lack of focus showed in my grades. I started to make changes my sophomore year, but I didn't really hit my stride until junior year. I realized that I needed to place an emphasis on my academic work and get more involved on campus. My grades improved. I was elected president of the club level ski team. I was re-elected my senior year and was elected as president of my fraternity for that year as well. Chapter 3. Keys to a Successful Corporate Career. I was fortunate enough to be offered a position within MetLife upon graduation from Rutgers. I started my career on a team servicing large national clients. I progressed into MetLife's Leadership Development Program. It was a 3-year rotational program, and I was placed in their investment products line of business. I was asked to relocate for a rotation and move to Boston. During my rotations, I found that I want to make asset management my career focus with a goal of becoming a portfolio manager. I decided to begin to pursue my CFA and have earned my charter. I have enjoyed a lot of success and have been rewarded generously at MetLife. Chapter 4. Follow your passions. While my career is a major priority, I take time to enjoy my passions. My two main passions are skiing and motorcycles. After college, I launched a 2-year venture where my business partner and I organized winter break ski trips to Mount Tremblant, Canada. Also, I volunteered as a race crew official and assistant organizer for the college race conference that I participated in as an undergrad. For 6 weekends a year, I would travel with the conference and help run the events. While I've left the business and volunteering side, I continue to actively participate in the sport and have traveled globally to ski. With regards to motorcycles, I enjoy rebuilding them, traveling on them, and occasionally racing in off-road events. This past summer, I took a 17-day trip with my brother and a friend through Quebec, Labrador, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia. We traveled over 4,000 miles and experienced many highs and lows, which tested our determination to finish the trip. Chapter 5. taking calculated risks. After graduating undergrad, I had close to $100,000 in student loans. I systematically paid down the debts and tried to save when I could. My wife and I decided that we'd like to purchase our first home. After crunching the numbers, we realized that our best approach to home ownership would be to buy a multifamily house that needed work. We took the plunge and started on the biggest project of our lives. With not much capital to work with, we renovated 5 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a bathroom. We completed all the work ourselves with the help of friends and family. We utilized free educational resources, such as YouTube, to learn techniques and processes to complete the job. After completing the renovations, we successfully rented out the second unit of the house for the past 2 years. Chapter 6. Love makes it that much better. Throughout my life, I've been fortunate enough to have the greatest friends and family. I've married an amazing woman who supported me with a temporary relocation to Boston and the demands of my career. Without everyone's support, I wouldn't be where I am today. I hope to write Chapter 7 about Cornell. Thank you again for your time and consideration.